Most people think financial literacy is a subject. It's not. It's a set of tiny behaviors that quietly changes how your brain feels about money. And once your brain changes, your bank account follows. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need a finance job. You need habits so small they feel almost insulting, yet powerful enough to rewire your decisions. Because money is not math first. Money is psychology first. And today you'll learn 9 tiny habits that take less than 5 minutes a week, but they hit a deeper target. They change what you believe is normal for you. Before we start, listen carefully. If you do only one thing from this video, do the first habit. It will make every other habit easier. Now let's begin. Habit 1, find your true cost of time. Most people know their salary. Very few people know what an hour of their life is actually worth. And that gap between what you think you earn and what you really earn creates invisible poverty. Not always in your wallet, but in your choices. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your hourly rate on paper is not your hourly rate in reality. Because work doesn't start when you enter the office. Work starts when your day stops being yours. Commute, getting ready, stress recovery, the mental load you carry home, the money you spend because you're tired, food delivery, small treats, quick dopamine purchases. So do this. Calculate your after-tax income for the year. That's your real take-home. Then calculate your real work time. Not 40 hours a week, real time. Working weeks in a year, plus overtime if you do it, plus commuting time, plus daily prep time, plus the extra time you spend recovering. Now divide your take-home pay by that number of hours. That number is your true cost of time. And when you see it, something changes. A 700 rupee coffee isn't just 700 rupees. It becomes, how many minutes of my life did I trade for this? A 20,000 rupee phone upgrade isn't a reward. It becomes, how many days of my life did I hand over? And here's where the psychology gets sharp. Your brain stops thinking in currency and starts thinking in life. Let me ask you something you might not like. If money was paid in hours instead of rupees or dollars, would you still buy what you buy? That question alone can turn impulsive spending into deliberate living. Habit 2, automate your savings before your personality touches it. Your personality is not reliable. Motivation is not reliable. Discipline is not reliable. That's why systems beat willpower. The best savers don't try harder. They remove choice. You set an automatic transfer the day you get paid. Even a small percentage. Start with 10% if you can. Aim for 15% or 20% as you grow. The trick is simple. If the money leaves before you see it, your lifestyle doesn't inflate as easily. Because most people don't spend what they have. They spend what they see. If you see a bigger balance, your brain creates new needs. But if the balance is smaller, your brain adapts and you still survive. That's the quiet power of automation. It forces adaptation. Habit 3, 1 monthly check-in. Pick one day every month. Same day. No drama, no guilt, no emotional beating. This is not a budget in the boring sense. This is a mirror. You look at your last month and you classify spending into 3 buckets. Needs, wants, goals. Needs: housing, food, utilities, transport, basic insurance. Wants: dining out, shopping, subscriptions, entertainment. Goals: savings, investing, debt payoff. The point isn't to be perfect. The point is to see patterns, because patterns reveal the real enemy, the spending you don't remember. And here's a realistic example. A person thinks they don't spend much. Then the monthly check-in shows small leaks, subscriptions, delivery fees, tiny purchases, late charges, random shopping. Not massive, just constant. And constant is the most dangerous kind of spending because it feels harmless. If your needs are too high, don't panic. Look for negotiables: utilities, internet, phone plan, insurance, groceries, fees. One call, one switch, one reduction. Even a small 300 rupees or $10 cut monthly becomes a yearly win. And the win is not only money, the win is identity, because now you're the kind of person who controls the system instead of being controlled by it. Habit 4. Learn to label assets and liabilities in your real life. Every purchase is either a quiet employee or a quiet thief. An asset puts money into your pocket over time. A liability pulls money out of your pocket over time. The psychological trick is to stop judging purchases as good or bad and start judging them as feeding me or draining me. A car usually drains you: fuel, maintenance, insurance, depreciation. A loan drains you: interest and obligation. But an asset could be something that generates income or grows in value, like a business skill, a productive tool, or an investment that compounds. Before any major purchase, ask one simple question: does this decision create future cash flow or future bills? And if it creates future bills, fine. Just be honest about it. Don't call it an investment to make yourself feel better. Most financial damage happens because people lie to themselves using nicer words. Habit 5. Track your net worth every quarter, not daily, not obsessively, quarterly. Net worth is assets minus liabilities. It's the scoreboard of your financial life. Why quarterly? Because your brain is emotional. If you track too often, market fluctuations or temporary changes can mess with your mood. You start feeling rich and poor based on random weeks. Quarterly creates distance. Distance creates maturity. Example: you have 10 lakh rupees in total assets and 2 lakh rupees in debt. Net worth, 8 lakh rupees. Next quarter, your assets rise slowly, your debt drops slowly, net worth increases. That's progress. And progress is what keeps you consistent. Habit 6, negotiate one bill each quarter. One bill, not everything, just one. Pick the bill that feels unfairly high. Call and say you're reviewing your budget. Mention competitor pricing politely. Ask if there's a better plan, discount, loyalty offer, or retention option. The power isn't only the savings. The power is what it does to your self-image. People who never negotiate slowly accept that life happens to them. People who negotiate learn that life is responsive. And once your brain learns life responds, you ask for more. Better salary, better deals, better terms, better opportunities. Habit 7. Invest in skills like your future depends on it, because it does. Your greatest asset is not a stock, not a property, not a gold coin, not a watch. It's your ability to earn. And here's the manipulation your environment plays on you. It convinces you spending on yourself is optional, but spending on entertainment is normal. Flip that. A skill that increases your earning power by even 10% over years is enormous. That could be learning sales, negotiation, communication, a technical skill, or building an online income skill. A realistic example: 2 people earn the same today. One learns a high-value skill for 20 minutes a day for a year. The other scrolls. A year later, one is still asking how to save more, while the other is asking, where should I invest more? Because income growth makes saving easier, and saving makes investing possible, and investing makes freedom realistic. Habit 8. Start investing early, even if it's small. Compounding is the closest thing to time travel in finance. The earlier you invest, the less you need to invest later. Even if you start with 500 rupees a month, you are building the habit that matters most: consistency. The most dangerous thought is, I'll start when I have more. Because more doesn't arrive automatically. It arrives after identity changes. Start now. Start tiny. Use simple diversified options like broad index-based investing if that fits your approach. The goal is not to look smart. The goal is to let time work for you instead of against you. Curry, here's the hard question. If you don't make money grow, what do you think inflation is doing to it while you sleep? Habit 9. Celebrate financial wins. Not with self-sabotage, with intention. Your brain needs rewards. Without rewards, progress feels like punishment. So set milestones. First emergency fund step. First debt cleared. First month you save 15%. First time you invested consistently for 6 months. Then celebrate in a controlled way. A meal, a small experience, something meaningful. Because celebration is not childish. It's behavioral engineering. You're telling your nervous system, this is safe, this is good, this is who we are now. And identity is the real engine. Now listen carefully. Financial literacy is not the ability to explain interest rates. It's the ability to control your impulses when nobody's watching. It's the ability to choose long-term peace over short-term dopamine. If you practice these 9 habits, you don't just become better with money. You become harder to manipulate, harder for ads to control, harder for trends to pressure, harder for friends to shame, harder for your own emotions to hijack. That's the real upgrade. And that is exactly what we do on this channel. Cosmic Dominion. We build control, not just information. So if you want more videos that feel like a mirror and a weapon at the same time, subscribe to Cosmic Dominion because the world is loud, but the person who wins is the one who can think in silence. Tonight, do one thing. Calculate your true cost of time and then look at your next purchase, not like a customer, like an owner.